You like to do late night, early morning workouts with husband bae, and your bonnet is in the hallway come sunrise 5 nights out of the week. If that's your truth, so hello and welcome to Satin Saves YouTube channel. My name is Dami St. Clair and this video is a short and sweet one, and I'll be sharing a nighttime hair care routine that is going to transform your hair. I know we're all familiar with certain nighttime hair care practices such as your satin bonnet, but I want to go into a little bit more depth as to why practices such as these are so crucial. Because let's be honest, sometimes I just cannot be asked to search for that silk scarf. I can't. But if you knew what the silk or the satin was doing for you, you would never go a night without it. So I'll be going into your nighttime must, do's and don'ts. So you can follow us on Instagram, and it's St. Clair's Hair for our frontals, closures and bundles. It's sch.care for our natural hair care products. And you can follow me, Dami St. Clair, where I just honestly like to have fun with my hair. And I like to keep it real about this thing called life and self-growth. So follow me there, trust me, you'll enjoy it. So your first must is a nighttime Nourish. And by that, I simply mean re-moisturizing your hair at night before you go to sleep. Now I know you might be thinking, look sis, if I can't be asked to fetch my silk bonnet at night, what makes you think that I'm gonna be bothered to moisturize? Well, that's why you need the St. Clair's Hair Care Leave-In Conditioning Spray, okay? It's a bestseller for a reason. I keep saying this. It's lightweight, it's quick, it's convenient, it doesn't build up, it contains essential oils, natural herbs. Honestly, if you begin to use this spray as part of your nighttime routine, you are going to be wowed by the results. The other day, somebody bought 10 in one go, and it's not even like it's scarce. I make sure it's always available for you to purchase, so that was just a testament to how amazing the product is. So thank you for the love and support and everybody who has bought. And if you want to find out more information about all of our natural hair care products, then you can follow us on our Instagram. Why do you need to moisturize your hair at night? Unless you sleep like this for 8 hours of the night, you're going to encounter friction whilst you're sleeping. So moisturizing your hair, it lubricates the hair strand, and it also creates a protective layer around it which prevents frizz, breakage, friction, dryness. And if you have the time, then you can even give yourself a cheeky scalp massage whilst you're re-moisturizing and stimulate your scalp. Your second must, Satin Saves, sis. Satin not only protects your hair from harsh rubbing and friction whilst you're sleeping, but a satin or silk bonnet conditions the hair by allowing whatever products that you've put in the hair to really penetrate instead of evaporating or being absorbed by moisture stealing fabrics such as your 300 thread count cotton pillowcase, okay? And if you're someone who sleeps rough, or you like to do late night, early morning workouts with husband bae, and your bonnet is in the hallway come sunrise 5 nights out of the week. If that's your truth, then you need to invest in a satin or silk pillowcase. Now you might underestimate what wearing a silk bonnet or scarf or using a satin pillowcase can do for you at night, but you shouldn't, okay? Honestly, I've seen firsthand the accumulated breakage that not protecting your hair at night can cause. My daughter is now 4 years old, and the other day I stumbled across one of her pictures from when she was probably about 3 or 2, and her hair was so full. I was like, rah, what's happened? Her hair is still full, but in that picture it was just, it was doing the most. And I just sat down, and for the life of me I couldn't figure out how her hair had gone from being so full and voluminous to less full. And we carry out all of the healthy hair practices. So she washes her hair frequently, she alternates between a moisturizing shampoo and a clay, she deep conditions, I do low manipulative hairstyle, we do protein treatments. And then it occurred to me that this girl just rebukes her bonnet. She rebukes her satin bonnet. She just hates to keep it on. And because I hadn't invested in a satin pillowcase, Her hair was going through so much friction, so much rubbing, breakage, and it wasn't something that I was able to spot immediately. It happened over the course of a few years. And if you look at the pictures side by side, you're really like, wow. All of this because of Silk Bonnet? Yes, all of this because of Silk Bonnet. So please don't underestimate. You better invest in one. Stat! Don't tolerate tension, okay? Release any tension on your hair before you go to sleep at night. This is a killer of edges and hair at the nape of your neck. If you have your hair in a tight ponytail, or you are putting rollers in your hair, or you're doing a bantu knot twist out or some flat twists, try and alleviate your hair from as much tension as possible. I have a video where I did a bantu knot twist out, and honestly, the first time I did it, I nearly gave myself a concussion. Those bantu knots were so tight. I should even just be grateful that I had edges in the morning. Which leads me on to my next don't, which is don't wear a wig to sleep. Try not to. I'm not even going to say too much about this because I have a whole video about it. But if you value your edges, don't wear your wig to sleep. Simples. Moving on. Do put your hair in a protective style before you go to sleep. If your hair has been out, for instance, and it's not necessarily in a bun, or it's not necessarily twisted, or if it's in a wash and go or a twist out, before you go to sleep, try not to leave it just, you know, free. That's how your strands can intertwine with each other and it can cause tangling. So if you want to avoid that, then try and do your hair in a protective style at night, and it can be something as simple as 4 big loose doo-doo twists. That's going to make so much difference to when it comes to detangling your hair, and it's going to cause you to see less breakage when you have to do such processes. 2, stretch your hair overnight. So on a wash day, as opposed to blow drying your hair, you can safely blow dry your hair, so I'm not condemning it, but where you can, opt to stretch it and allow it to air dry. So you can just put it in some doo-doo pads before you go to bed, and within 24 hours, sometimes even less than that depending on the density of your hair or even the temperature of the room, your hair will be dry by the morning, and that way you have avoided putting tension and heat on your hair by blow drying it, because instead you've opted to stretch it at night. And also, before you do this, again, give it a nighttime Nourish boo. I wanted to quickly touch on a nighttime routine for a silk press. So I was talking to a friend the other day, and she was telling me how she was going to do a silk press, and she wanted to get some of the Saint Clair's hair care products. So she's going to spray it on her hair after she does her silk press. And I was like, you must want that silk press to revert ASAP, because silk press and moisture do not go. Alright? If you have a silk press, you cannot use a water-based product on your hair. You need to stick to lightweight oils. When I did a silk press last year, it lasted me 7 whole weeks. Shout out to Elite Hair Salon, because the silk press was just okay. And literally all I did was apply a little bit of oil on it at night. I would wrap that bad boy every night, and it preserved that silk press. I wouldn't have kinks in the morning. It just looks nice and shiny and conditioned. If you want to preserve your silk press, then at nighttime apply oil, a lightweight oil like jojoba oil, and wrap it like you're wrapping, I don't know, Christmas presents. Just wrap it well. Now I know that I said I said that a nighttime Nourish is amazing. Onyeka, I'm gonna be finished in 2 minutes! Now, I said that a nighttime Nourish does wonders for the hair, but one thing that you don't want to do is sleep with wet hair. I know some people like to deep condition their hair overnight, but this can actually be problematic, because whilst moisture is good for the hair, too much moisture is going to disrupt the protein moisture balance in your hair and leave your hair feeling limp and gummy and weak, and it will cause it to break. You would need to correct that with an appropriate protein treatment. So you don't really want to have to go down that road. So if you think that, you know, sleeping overnight with your deep conditioner in your hair is gonna do some kind of miracle, it's not. In fact, it's working against you. So we've come to the end. I hope that you learned something new. I hope that you never again underestimate the importance of what a nighttime hair care routine can do for your hair. If you enjoyed, please like, share and subscribe, and I'll have another video for you next Sunday.